Hi, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to English 112. I am Sandy Oliver. I'm going to be your instructor for this section, and I want to walk us through our syllabus and a few things about getting started in the semester. So if you haven't printed off or don't have saved near you the syllabus, pause me, go do that, come back. Okay, so I'm going to do what we usually would do on a first day, which is walk through the syllabus with you. I'm not going to read it to you. You guys can all read. I am going to point some things out to you and explain a few things and then tell you how it works for us. Okay. For English 112, writing and research in the disciplines, basically, I'm going to run you through a research project. A little bit before, a little bit after, but mainly a research project. And this course is the second of two. Obviously, you have English 111 and then English 112. Those are the standard college composition classes that you have to take regardless of where you go. So we're going to work through a couple of ebooks and some online exercises, and I want to talk about those because I think those are amazing. But first page, okay, so English 112. You should have passed English 111 to be in this class or tested ready for 112. And then I am Sandy Oliver. I'm an adjunct, and so I don't have an office or a phone on campus. JCC is pretty sticky about making sure we use official communication channels. So your student email is what you should be using to contact me at my JCC email. And so I'm really good at making sure I check my email numerous times during the day, and I will answer back as soon as I possibly can, at the very latest the next day. Unless you're emailing me on a Saturday night, you probably won't get me until Monday morning. Um, and I'll talk about weeks and all that fun things as we go along. This course is an writing intensive course, which means we're going to use peer reviews for a few of the papers, and we're going to use revision as our standard. So we're going to go from there. In a writing intensive course, you have to have at least 3,000 words. That's not hard. Or 15 pages of writing. We're going to use high and low stakes writing assignments, which means some are going to go in the homework category and some are going to go in the 20% of your grade category. I will make sure you have a grading rubric. I will give you feedback. You'll get feedback from a peer. It'll all be good. Just kind of walk through things together. This is a 100% online course. All work is submitted online through Blackboard. We're going to use the discussion board for what I consider normal discussion board. Here's a quote, tell me what you think. And then also for the drafts so that you guys can help each other out. So we'll get to that in a little bit. The AI statement. This always confounds me. How many different ways can you do something and not really do it? And so the AI statement for the college is that you're not allowed to use an artificial intelligence software to do any of your work. And so your work should be your work from your brain and written or done to the requirements by the course. Okay. So if you do any of that, the least that can happen is that you get a 0 for that particular assignment because it's not your work. This is academic dishonesty, regardless of how fun and wonderful it might seem. This is college. Do your own work. Yeah, so we have a first day access, complete access to our books for the course, the Norton Field Guide to Writing, and the Little Seagull Handbook. We also have a set of videos and a tutorial on how not to do plagiarism. And then we also have something called Inquisitive, which if you had 111 here at JCC, you're already familiar with. I'll talk about that a little bit in a little bit. So make sure within this first week, go in, make sure you can get into all those things and that it shows you the right stuff. It should, it's all set up correctly, but every once in a while, you know. So we're going to do 4 major papers: rhetorical analysis, annotated bibliography, researched argument, and an opinion editorial. We're going to have the inquisitive stuff is worth 10% of your grade. The general assignments and discussion board is worth 20% of your grade. So we're a 70-30 class. 70% high stakes, 30% low stakes. Okay. On Blackboard, you should see current big B, little b grade. Okay. It's set up to track your points and percentages and all of that and give you an estimate of your grade. Now, it's close. If you're caught up, it's close. And the reason it can't be 100% correct is because the way the algorithm works, it won't have all of its information until the very end of the class. Until then, it's very close, within half a point or so. So unless you're right there on the edge of that 89 to 90 or something, it's pretty much the right grade. So if you're concerned or if you need confirmation, you can always email me and ask for a current grade, and I will go in and do the math for you. Okay? Let's see. I will make every effort to post your grades within a week. The lovely thing about Blackboard is if I go in and grade something that's already that you've delivered to me via Blackboard, it automatically posts the grade. A few other things I might like, if you have to send me something through email because it bumped the first time or whatever, that may take me a couple days. But most of the time I try to get to the bottom of my grading every day, and doesn't always happen, but I try more often than not to get that to be true. So if you turn in something on Monday, I will probably grade it Tuesday, is how that works. We have in English class, we have 2 due dates every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know most of my colleagues have things due on Sunday night, and the reason I don't is because I don't want anybody to think they have to work on their holy day. Mine happens to be Sunday, and so if I have all your work due on Sunday, then I'm on email all day Sunday, and that's not what I want to be doing. And I don't want you to think you have to work on your holy day either. So I have things due on Thursday, and you know this from today on. In English class, because we have so many things that multiple people have to look at. Okay, so a draft for a paper. If it's going to be a peer review draft, on Tuesday, you'll need to post your draft to whatever discussion board that is. And then by Thursday, you'll need to look at your assigned person's paper, fill out the peer review sheet, and post that. And that's most of what we're doing is, here's this thing, do this. Here's this thing, do this. If you need to work on your classes only on the weekends, you're going to have to balance things a bit, because obviously you can't do somebody's peer review if they haven't posted their paper yet. So we'll see how we can fix that better. Every semester I try to make it a little bit easier for you guys, and I don't know that I ever make it better or worse or whatever. It's just how it is. I do take late work. I know that we all have things that are going on other than school, and sometimes they have to win. They shouldn't always win. School is a very big commitment, and if you consistently don't turn in your work, you're going to have problems, right? Your grades are not going to be what you want them to be, and your comprehension isn't either. And so what we need to do is make sure that you are able to get your work in, you understand the complexities, and that whatever group, family, whatever you're living with, they understand your commitments as well. Um, Sometimes that's harder when you're still in high school or when you're still very young and still living at home and all of that. But it's important. So I understand late work. I understand things take over. Sometimes you have no control over that. That's okay. Um, I allow late work. I will have 3 big deadlines during the semester, and it'll say, like, at week 7, it'll say you have to have weeks 1 through 6 done, and the paper and whatever else was in there by this date, or they become zeros. And part of the reason I do that is so that you don't have this huge amount of work at the end of the semester, which nobody can get done, and nobody can grade, and that's not how it's supposed to run. Um, and we'll talk about attendance here in just a minute. But if you don't ask for an extension and something is late, it loses 10%, which is, most of my homework things are 20 points, and so you can get an 18. Papers and things also lose 10% if they're late without an extension. If you have an extension, then as long as you turn things in by our agreed to date, you're good. You can still get extra credit if there's any available. You can get full credit for the assignment. It's all good. So if you know something's going to be late, life kind of blows up on your face on, Monday morning. Hey, Tuesday's looking bad for me. It's okay. Let me know. Um, each section has a cutoff date. That's those big deadlines, and I won't take anything from that section after that. If life gets catastrophic on you, we can talk about other things. But for normal semester whoopses, that's what we're going with. As far as due dates, I already told you Tuesday and Thursday, and why. You don't have to wait for my Monday announcement to start working on your work. You can do things ahead. I try to have at least 2 weeks posted ahead of where we are. And honestly, I like to get the whole semester up and get it over with so that we can just all concentrate on what we're supposed to do. But I'm not quite there yet. Make sure you can save your work as a docx or a PDF. I prefer the docx because then I can write on it in Blackboard. The PDFs, sometimes yes, sometimes no. I don't know what makes the difference, but sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay, so, one more thing. The Pages documents from Chrome do not open in Blackboard. Like, Blackboard doesn't recognize them as a system, so they can't open them. And I can't open them on my computer either. So docx, you all have access to Microsoft Office, whatever you feel about Microsoft. And if you're not sure how to work it, each of those has a tutorial. PowerPoint and Excel and all that has a tutorial for you to work through. So get it in your head how you do this. Move on. Okay. Online courses have weekly attendance requirements. You have to turn in at least 1 assignment per week in order to be counted present. Okay? Now, you can turn in 1 assignment every week and get perfect attendance and still fail the class. There's more than 1 assignment a week. It's in your best interest to do all the work. I mean, that's how school is, right? So anybody who misses more than 2 weeks, so a 3rd week of not turning things in, and this doesn't have to be in a row, okay? So keep track, or ask me, hey, how many absences do I have? Okay, so here, I think you guys have a click in self-service for your attendance. Somebody can tell me if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure there's a click there for attendance, and it'll tell you how many absences you have in each course. So if you miss that 3rd week, I need to drop you, and I will have emailed you at least twice, probably 3 or 4 times by then. if I drop you, it's not a grade problem, it's a financial aid problem. Well, it could be. Financial aid, as you know, is based on how many credit hours you're taking. So if you say you're taking 12, but then you drop the class or I drop you from the class, you only have 9. And for some types of financial aid, that's okay. For others, it's a problem, and you might have to pay back those 3 credits before you can take more classes. So just check with your financial aid people and figure things out that way. Okay. If you're going to miss class, be out of touch for any reason, let me know and we'll work with it. Okay. Don't just fall off the map and not tell me what you're doing. Okay. That goes for our solemn observance policy. If you know you have, say, a retreat and you're not going to be able to access email and all that for a week or whatever, let me know. We can work things out. Okay. 2 weeks notice is the norm, but we'll deal with what we deal with. Okay, a couple things. The Jaguar, I have a hard time with that word, writing portal, is done here at JCC. It's through the library, and they can run through your paper for you. They can help you organize things. They're not an editing service, okay, but they can help develop your writing and thinking skills, okay. Sage is basically the early alerts. It's the progress reports, and a couple times a semester, all the faculties will have to um, make these out for a certain population in the college. And so sometimes you'll get one, and of course, progress report. What did I do? I thought I was doing well. Before you panic, look at the grade, because it'll tell you current grade B, current grade A, current grade D. Okay, so if you have the D, you should worry. Okay, get some tutoring, figure out what you need to do, talk to me, whatever. But if you've got an A or B, just say, oh, okay, whew, move on. Okay, our quality enhancement plan is called Pace Yourself. And really, this is set up to help you know where to go when you have a problem or an issue, or you just need help in some way. And it's also there to help you make more connections in the college. Now, that's the big deal with keeping people in college. So you graduate, right? One of it is running into problems and not knowing where to go, not knowing that you can go someplace. Believe me, there are so many different agencies, so many different offices on campus to help you, that if there's a particular issue that you have, they can help you out. Everything from finding a job to finding an apartment to temporary housing, um, emergency loans, all that fun stuff. Excuse me. And I'm lost in my A&P class. Where do I go? The library has tutors and they're free. Okay. Well, they're included in your tuition. It's not exactly free, but So after that, the last thing in the syllabus is called student concerns. If I say something or do something that you think is not fair or I offend you, let me know. I'm more than happy to make amends and make things better. I don't ever mean to make things harder for anybody. But sometimes it happens. I get frustrated just like the rest of you, and sometimes I'm not very good at holding that in. So I want to know so I can do better, so we can be better. So let me know. Email me, hey, this is my deal. Da, da, da. Okay. If you and I can't work things out, then we have to go to my director. She's the department chair of English and Humanities and Foreign Languages. That's Elizabeth Baker. And if the 3 of us can't figure things out, then we have to go to Dr. Cooper, who is our AVP for University Studies. She's my boss's boss, basically. So I want to help. I want to do what's right for you. I don't want to offend you. I don't want to make life harder for you than it already is. So let's all just agree to talk nice, be nice, do what we can to help, and kind of, walk forward from there. One other thing, let's see if I have it over here in my stack of stuff. I thought I did. There it is. Yay. Okay, so back into the things that we have to do this semester. I always get questions like this, so I'm going to tell you things right out, and then you can go find it as well. Our class runs Monday, January 8th through Tuesday, May 7th at noon. Okay. Class ends at noon because I need to turn my grades in by 8 a.m. the next morning in math. Okay. We have 3 holidays this term. Our first one is Monday, January 15th for Martin Luther King Day. Spring break is March 4th through the 8th. That's that whole week. So really you get the weekends on either side. And Easter holiday is Friday, Good Friday, March 29th. So those are the days that we don't have classes. Things can't be due then. The only one that really affects us is spring break. We're an online class. You kind of do your work whenever you want. It's kind of like having a built-in holiday if you need it. So, but spring break, we are off. Hopefully I will be off as well. We have 4 main papers and all their due dates and things are also on this major assignments and due dates. If you go over to course information and then scroll down to major assignments, click on that link, you'll have a whole bunch of stuff in there that'll have the paper assignment sheets and peer reviews and all that in there. They're all there already, so that you can have them and you don't have to wait for me to open things up. So that's those. Like I said, I'm an English major and I love writing. I love teaching writing. And I hope that this semester, at the very least, makes that whole paper writing assignment thing a little less stressful for you because you'll know how to do some things. And like I said, let me know if you have questions or problems, you need something spelled out in more detail, or I put something up there and it's the wrong thing. Happens occasionally. Let me know. Email me. Hey, Miss Oliver, I don't think this is what you meant for us to do. Oh, sorry, wrong day. So I'm always happy to be helped. I'm always happy to help. So keep that in mind as we walk through this semester together, and we'll get along just fine. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions. You know how to get a hold of me. You have my email. Bye.